Well, it's the first. Back for 2018, Hannah Zwartz, of course, Kapiti Coast District Council's Green Gardener. Happy New Year to you, Hannah.
Oh, thanks, Tanya. Same to you and to all the listeners. Yeah.
Well, we're 23 days into the year now, but I bet you've been busy in your garden over the break.
Yes, I actually went away for a couple of weeks and came back to find everything totally all over the paths and overgrown. So I've spent a bit of time having a bit of a clear out.
Yeah.
But it was actually quite lucky that during the time I was away, we did get rain, because that was such a big issue coming up to Christmas.
Yeah.
So it was good timing, really.
Did you have your Oyas? Is it?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I did, and they're working well. They're but they've become quite overgrown and hard to find in amongst all the foliage. But it's definitely been a summer of two halves, with the first half being so dry, and now it's still really nice and warm.
Yeah.
Especially compared to last year.
Oh yes.
But thankfully not so dry, or thankfully for the plants, because that early period really stressed a lot of them out. And I've had some pretty weird diseases that I don't even know what they are, because I haven't seen them before.
I take it you mean your plants, not you.
Yeah, not myself, thankfully.
Yeah.
It does stress plants out to have those extremes of drought, but it puts them to the test as to how well you've prepared your soil and so on. Yeah. The rain tanks are filling up again, thankfully. And the harvests are starting to come in. So I've had some tomatoes much earlier than last year. I had a tomato at Christmas, which is pretty unusual for me.
Okay.
And we had very early plums, and we've already got the stone fruit and nectarines that is often have to. I think it's probably a couple of weeks ahead of the normal harvest.
Oh, I've noticed that in the supermarket they've got plums on special, a big glut of plums at the moment.
Lots of plums. So if you are thinking of planting a plum tree, you might want to think about planting either one of those very early ones that are ripe at Christmas when you're really hanging out for some plums, or one of the late ones that, like the Amiga, that it's later in the season and a bit more precious maybe. Unless you want to make a whole lot of jam, of course, in which case a glut is not a bad thing.
No, that's never a bad thing.
But we've got to remember we're still only halfway through summer, so we'll wait and see what the rest of it brings.
Yeah, it could be a mixed bag. We don't know. Fingers crossed. All right, make sure you get out and enjoy your garden as well on some of these nights, because the nights are starting to get a little bit shorter now. But go and enjoy your garden. And if you're in Levin, remember you're only allowed to water your garden Tuesday and Thursday nights between 7 and 9 p.m. with a handheld hose at the moment. Otherwise, we'll catch Hannah Zwartz, of course, KCDC's Green Gardener, tomorrow, round about 2:15. Thanks, Hannah.